Hi everyone, Paul here. This is a quick Zoom tutorial. I figured it was easier to do this than it is to try and come up with a document, probably faster. You can always come back to this as long as you got the link. Really straightforward. When you've got your screen open and you're sharing your video, this is what it looks like. Down at the bottom, you've got a number of different options. To share your screen, you click on Share Screen. This dialog opens up. I've got two monitors, so you see Screen 1 and Screen 2. Plus all of these other apps. You just double click whichever one that you want to share, and there it is. So now we are looking at this. Up here in the top right, I've got anybody that's connected through video will be shown here. I click on this button here to collapse it, this one here to drag it around, move it anywhere I want that's out of the way. Pretty straightforward. So here's the particular PowerPoint that I want to use. I'm going to press F5. Now I'm sharing it. Up at the top here it says you are screen sharing. If I point at that green button, it drops down this toolbar. In there, there's this annotate. I click on that. The annotate bar opens up. Right underneath the red X, which you use to close it, you can grab it. It's a safe place to grab it. You can move it anywhere you want. Now remember I said that Zoom creates a graphics layer on top of whatever it is that you've got in the background. So as of now, I'm working on that layer. I'm not working on the PowerPoint presentation behind. So anything that I do is using the annotation tools on that layer on top. If I want to go to the layer underneath, I click the mouse button. Now my mouse button becomes just a regular mouse button. And I can navigate through whatever it is I need to navigate through. To get back to my annotations, I click on whatever it is that I want to annotate. I can choose different colors in the drop down. Type. This is the text box that it creates. If I want to print that and start another text box, I just click outside. I can change the color. Whatever I want to do. From here, there's a couple different ways that I can erase that. I can click on undo and it undoes the most recent thing. Redo brings it back. I can do Control Z on my keyboard, Control Y to bring it back. I can also select the eraser and that will erase specific things that I want to erase. The other thing that I can do, let's see if I can bring those back. The other thing that I can do is clear. Under this trash can, I always just use clear all drawings because nobody else is annotating. Gets rid of everything. Under the draw selection, I can choose a pen. I can change the color. Let's go to straight lines. I can do straight lines. I can do rectangles. I can do open circles. Whatever happens to be. I'm going to clear all of those. This is one of my favorites. You've probably seen me use this a lot. What it does is it creates a highlight around whatever it is that I want to highlight. It is somewhat transparent. I can also do solid ones that are completely opaque. And there's a couple of other options in here. Go crazy. You're not going to wreck anything. Remember, everything that you do is sitting on that layer that is on top of your application in the background. None of this is going directly onto my PowerPoint. It's going on that layer that sits on top of my PowerPoint. So I'm just going to clear everything up. The stamp gives you nice little pre-made shapes. You can always use them for different purposes. This is always a fun one. The hearts are always red, I find. Stars are always gold. Clear those up. The spotlight, this is interesting. This one here, the first one that you select in the spotlight drop down, this gives you like a laser pointer. Watch what happens when I click my mouse. So it's almost like it highlights it a little bit. Okay. I can also choose an arrow. It's got my name in it. I can even change the color of that arrow. And this is the one that I mentioned before. This one's my favorite because I can talk about something and circle it, and after I'm done talking about it, it automatically fades away and I can start talking about something different. You can mix up the colors to introduce one of those change elements that I talked about. Keeps things interesting so that it's not always the same color. Takes a little practice. You'll figure all of it out. It's really straightforward. That's it. I can't make that any more complicated than that. It's pretty straightforward. If you have any questions or you get stuck with any of it, by all means, contact me. I'm just going to close this up, and I'm going to go up here. I'm going to click on Stop Share. Opens up our video. If you have any questions, absolutely send me an email, and I'll get back to you as quick as possible. Talk to you soon.